You're a natural born public speaker, and that's a fact.
Do you actually feel guilty, or were you just told to feel guilty?
Focus on actually what we can do.
Point it out and show it to me.
You have the freedom to do what you want to and be what you want to in America.
What are we going to do about it?
What oppressed me?
Just saying.
So the CRT stuff, BS.
What's going on, folks? I am Ty Smith, and welcome to pretty much a segment of my channel I call My Take on This. You can find that if you go to my channel and you click on, when you're looking at my channel and you see a word that says playlist, when you click on playlist, you can see various topics that I do on here. But this segment right here, I generally put it in a tab that's called My Take on This. Don't forget, if you have been following this channel for a while and you just forgot to, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are just now watching me and you're fairly new to it, you can subscribe, but make sure you get an idea what the channel is, because you might not like me. I'm just saying you just may not like me. So don't forget to do that. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to share. And also, I like when you guys comment too, because I like to hear from the crowd. So with that being said, I'm gonna roll into this story right here. As you guys seen the topic, or you seen the title of it, and here it is right here. Dave Chappelle attacker won't be charged with assault with a deadly weapon, the DA office says. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what in the world? The dude had, like, you know, what y'all thought was a gun and knife. Now, it probably would. I'm just telling y'all, I haven't read this yet, but we're going to see. But I'm just saying, from being from the streets, from the hood and all this, knowing how a lot of this stuff go down, because I've seen a lot of crime. I've seen a lot of people do things that would just blow your mind. There's a good chance that he will not be charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Number one, because he didn't attack Dave Chappelle with the weapon. Typically. I'm just saying. So I don't know yet, but we're going to see right here. So let's go ahead and get into this right here. This says the man who attacked Dave Chappelle during the performance at the Hollywood Bowl on Tuesday will not be charged with the felony charges, despite carrying a replica pistol with a folding knife blade affixed to the end of it on his person. I love how they say things like that, on his person. Los Angeles District Attorney George Kaskin's office declined Thursday to file felony charges against Isaiah Lee, 23 years old, was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon following his tackling of Dave Chappelle. The Los Angeles County District Attorney Office referred to the case to the Los Angeles Attorney's Office for misdemeanor filing consideration. Greg Reisling, spokesperson for the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, told Fox News Digital in a statement Thursday, and I quote, "After reviewing the evidence, prosecutors determined that while criminal conduct occurred, the evidence as presented did not constitute felony conduct. The district attorney office does not prosecute misdemeanor crimes within the city of Los Angeles," it concluded. Now, here's a picture right here of what the guy had right there. But can you imagine, man, like if that dude pulled that out? I don't know if Dave Chappelle's security are armed, but if this dude had to pull that out and they saw that and they would have lit him up, he would have died for having something that looked like a gun and getting killed over a knife. It says an arrest has been made in the incident where a comedian was attacked while on stage at Hollywood Bowl. Isaiah Lee was charged with the assault with a deadly weapon, and bail is set at $30,000. I love how they have it in here that an arrest has been made in an incident where a comedian was attacked. So they don't want to say Dave Chappelle's name, but then they'll tell you who the guy was. Lee was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. That's too funny to me. Anyway. This says Lee is still being held on a $30,000 bail. Sources told Los Angeles Times that Lee did not appear to brandish the weapon during his assault on Chappelle, and the weapon was inside a bag he was carrying, which led to prosecutors constituting that the deadly weapon aspect was wiped away, among other reasons. That's what I said to you guys earlier. An investigation as to how Lee not only made his way into the bowl with the weapon, but meandered his way to the front stage before gaining access is still ongoing. Meanwhile, Los Angeles County Deputy District Jonathan Hatamai told Fox News Digital, anyone who arms themselves with a deadly weapon, in this case a knife, and violently attacks an innocent person, famous or not, should be charged accordingly. Only a misdemeanor charge, the person could be released soon with only a slap on the wrist. That fails to provide justice to the victim, accountability for this person's actions, and safety to the general public. These concepts, however, like public safety and justice, that most of us value, are concepts George Kaskin can care less about. After Chappelle was attacked during his gig at the Netflix as a Joke Festival Tuesday evening, it says local comedy club owners are telling the comic community not only do they stand by Chappelle, but they also are urging everyone to protect our comics. Chappelle then doubled down on the joke after he was attacked, pretty much saying, was that a trans man? He said that was a trans man, a reference to his recent schism with the community after many called Chappelle transphobic for his jokes during his latest Netflix stand-up special, The Closer. Chris Rock also appeared on the stage, which I showed y'all last night after Chappelle was attacked and said, was that Will Smith? So we had Chris Rock getting in there and throwing shots in there. So I don't know if this is something that can be played right here. I'll see if y'all will be able to hear it. A lot of times you're not able to. Let's see.
Freedom of speech is under attack.
We always find a way to persevere.
We as conservatives have ultimate faith in people.
The birthplace of
This
Jesus.
is an ad, y'all. So let me, when this ad gets done, this is a long ad, dude. Okay. Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. They're going to play an ad right here, but I'll let y'all see this part right here. My apologies. Well, Paula Deen back in the game?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down.
Sorry, y'all got to see this. I'll make this bigger so y'all can see it too. Here we go.
Meanwhile, 26 minutes after the hour, the man who attacked David Chappelle on stage over the weekend now charged with assault with a deadly weapon. LAPD releasing images of this replica gun with a knife blade in it, which they say was on the suspect. But the startling attack did not stop the show. Chappelle and Chris Rock, who were in attendance, were cracking jokes after the incident.
There was a trans man. Was that Will Smith?
All right, let's bring in Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva. Sheriff, your reaction to what we all saw.
I'll put myself in the middle of that.
Well, this is we're seeing this pattern start. It started in 2020 with the DA's race, the mayor's race. Just a few weeks ago, he had people rushing the stage, and these activists want to have their 7 seconds of fame, and this is another version of that.
What about the security itself? Whose fault was this?
Well, you have private security that typically runs a venue like this, and you have LAPD that's on contract for the venue itself, but private security has a primary role around the stage and then screening people coming into the venue. So I'd take a hard look at how well or they weren't doing their job.
When you see that weapon, what do you think?
Definitely, they have to pick up the pace on what they're doing with metal detectors, because that should have been an easy find, really.
Yep.
Why does someone have a gun? You're screwed already. Oh, but don't worry, officer. It's really a knife. I mean, that's as bizarre as his actions, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, that is a totally irresponsible thing to bring to a venue like this, and yeah, you really start questioning what is this person thinking about, really.
If you're in the Laugh Factory, Comic Strip, or anything like that, any of these famous comedy venues, big and small, do you have to re-examine your security today, or am I overreacting?
Well, not really. I'd start taking a hard look at these venues, particularly like Dave Chappelle, great comedian, but he controversial in some of his comments. It draws the ire of one group. You'll have other people that draw the ire from another group. So there's always a potential someone who's unhappy that wants to make a name for themselves, and this is the venue for them to do it, really.
Big moment. One of the worst DAs in the history of this nation is in your backyard, works with you, George Gascon. He's now have 400,000 signatures for his recall. What's the significance of hitting that threshold?
Well, they're past the halfway point now, and I think they got about 2 months left to signature gathering. So I think they're on pace, and it looks like it's going to happen. So I think that's a historical moment for this experiment with ultra-progressive DAs who don't do their job. I think the country has had enough with it. They just want to see basic law and order reinstituted everywhere.
But he was in San Francisco, right? We knew what he was going to do, and you guys elected him anyway.
Exactly. You know what? Fool me once, shame on them. Fool me twice, I guess shame on me. So that
I'm just moving myself all around.
I think the voters are going to probably correct that mistake.
Sheriff, you've told us this for a few years now, how bad it is. Are other people realizing that you're not wrong now?
Wrong.
I think they're starting to come to the realization, yes, that what they were sold, that bill of good about how we can just eliminate cops everywhere. You know, the whole defunding movement, which is still actively being practiced by the LA County Board of Supervisors. And this whole, well, let's get rid of the jails, the prisons, and everybody's going to sing Kumbaya. It doesn't work that way. Smash and grab, follow home robberies, the huge spike in homicides here in LA, and homelessness spiraling out of control. I think people want to have a sense of normalcy. And we can do a lot of reforms. We can get people the help they need, but it shouldn't be an either-or proposition. We can do both.
Yeah, I hear you. Our audience agrees with you. Now you got to get the people in California to agree with you, and I hope you do and run for higher office.
that pretty much is the end of the interview, y'all. I can tell y'all that right now. I can always tell from being interviewed on there with Fox News. But look, check this out. One thing a lot of folks got to realize is this: when you see things like this going on, people got upset because I told them there was an attack on freedom of speech, because people feel like they should be able to respond based off of what you said. They feel that their response to you saying something that may be offensive to them is to respond to you with violence. It's the same thing that I used to say when I was younger growing up. I used to see people doing, they were roasting on each other. It's something that we did a lot, in the hood. It was something that we did. We roasted each other, to see who can get the best of who. But rarely did it ever resort to any violence. The only time it resorted to violence, and it actually used to make me wonder, like, what does that mean? If whenever you saying something about someone and then they turn around and say your mama, all of a sudden, y'all getting ready to fight it out because he said your mama. Now, I'm just being real with y'all. I knew that you were supposed to respond like that because everybody else responded like that, but I never actually questioned why would you respond like that if the person said your mama. Like, what does that mean? And then people, ooh, he said your mama. So there were times, because look, I told y'all, you see the stuff I do on my channel. I got a comedic like type talent. But here's the thing. When people used to say that to me, I used to be like, so? It just like it killed it. Like I would be roasting somebody up, man. And then they'd respond, yo mama, and everybody, oh, he said your mama Ty. Oh, I'll go, okay, man. He don't even know my mom. I mean, what am I? Oh, you don't let nobody talk about your mom. He didn't talk about my mom. He just said your mom. But even if he did talk about my mom, I mean, I'm going to roast back and say something about his mom. Point is, people are learning to respond with violence, not logical explanations, or they just learn to respond with violence. People's skin have become so freaking thin that you can't hardly say nothing anyway. But my point of saying all that is that I hope that comedians will continue to speak out to make us laugh. I'm not talking about speak out like, I know you guys know what I'm saying. I hope they continue to speak out doing their comedy stuff. I hope that I don't want them to go back and have to rewrite their material before they get up there. Trust me, I've never done stand-up comedy or anything like that whatsoever, but I do know that I can just do impromptu. I can just fly out the hat. I can imitate people. Those are things that I've just been blessed with to do. But at the same time, I don't do those things and worry about somebody getting mad and want to do something to me. I'm just telling y'all straight up. I'm just saying. I've never done stand-up comedy, but if I was to do something like that, dude, you see what happened on that stage with Dave Chappelle then? But dude got beat up. Arm looked at all crazy, whatever like that. But my point in saying that is that don't sit there and, cave to this intimidation that they're trying to put on folks like you can't say anything. I hope that they do not cave to that. I hope that comedians actually use what happened with Dave Chappelle and use what Will Smith to actually make more funny material when they present it to people like us that like to laugh, because we know that it's only jokes. That's it. It's only jokes. But people are being trained to respond to jokes and everything like that based off of what they seeing going on. Half the time, people didn't even care. But now if you make a joke, well, I don't think that it's funny. You don't. That's fine. But there's a million other people that do. Somebody sit there and give you some food. I mean, God, look, man, y'all go look at some of this stuff that people doing here called mukbangs. There are people on here eating freaking live lobsters, like just crushing it to the lobster's head. And we like, ugh. But then there's an audience that say it's not nasty to us. We like crustaceans. No, I'm just saying. My point is, we are never going to be on the same page, but that's what makes this whole thing great. That's what makes living this life on earth is really unique, is the fact that we are not the same and we will never be the same. And I love that everybody is different. I love that you don't like me, because there's some of y'all I don't like either. I'm just saying. Not that I don't love you, but there's some folks I've been around I just don't like. I don't care to be around them. And I get that. That's completely fine. And there's some people who don't mesh with me. I don't care too much for Ty. I think he's a little too. Look, that's fine. That's completely fine. I'm not going to get mad at you. I mean, I'm human too. Why would I get mad at you when you do the same thing that I do? You don't like certain things. I don't like certain things. You don't like me and can care less to watch my channel or anything like that. Hey, that's fine. Go watch somebody that you definitely like, whatever like that. I'm good with that. Fine. But at the same time, I'm not going to keep my mouth closed and not be me, because I'm going to fear that one of y'all might try to attack me or something like that. That's absolutely crazy. That's intimidation. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call bullying, where you can't even be yourself and do things to entertain people because you're scared of somebody trying to attack you. Dave Chappelle was not scared, because you see he got up and got ready to get back, and dude got his head stumped in. So, but the point is that there needs to be protection there as well. I mean, you shouldn't just be able to jump up on stage and do things like that. And I hate that, because it ruins it for a lot of other people. Now, Dave Chappelle, them and other comedians might have to have like a 20-foot gap between the stage and them up there talking with security down there in case somebody do something like that. You know what I mean? It just may have to come down to something like that. And it's a shame because of idiots like this who just get up there and just do things like this. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't agree with the whole deal of him getting off like he did. You wish that something else would have happened, or it should be worse than that. But like I told y'all in the beginning, he did not attack Dave Chappelle with the knife gun or anything like that. You know, so and that's part of the law. Now, you heard here on this Fox interview that they're trying to get that guy out, that DA, they're trying to get him out because everything that people are doing right now, especially in a whole lot of different regions of our nation, they're trying to turn everything into Gotham City. And if they turn things into Gotham City, but you know what you're going to get? You're going to get you're not going to get one Batman. You seen what was fighting the real crime in Gotham City? It was Batman. But what you're going to end up getting is a whole lot of Batmans, period. What are you saying, Ty? People are going to start taking things into their own hands. They're not going to sit there and wait on the police. Not in Gotham City. You ain't got time to wait on the police. You're going to have to end up fighting for yourself and defending yourself. Defending yourself is what I said. Defending. So I'm just saying that's going to be something that's going to end up happening. These people want to go all woke and try to defund the police and take the protection and all that stuff away and then try to give these criminals little to no sentence for the things that they did. Criminals getting ready to come up dead because there's going to be certain folks out there. I'm telling y'all, boy, I know some people in Florida, man, they probably like, you know what, I'm going to move somewhere just like about where, you know, the middle city things is because I always want to see how my guns work. Don't put a hole in the body. I'm just saying. And the reason why I said it because a lot of them talk country just like that down there. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you got some out there. I wish the hell somebody would come up on my property. I'm going to get my double barrel shotgun now. So you know what? I always wanted to try this on a fella like you trying to come to. They're going to let you know. Them folks down there do not play. Try it down there on them. You're going to get shot just like the woman did in Texas. But that's another story right there. Y'all, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know how things are going around your world. What crazy things have y'all heard and seen? What things have y'all seen that just makes you just like, oh, my God, this is definitely Gotham City, Ty. This is just definitely crazy and out of control. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy what I'm doing. You like the content that I am putting out. I really appreciate it if you did that because it allows my video to get circulated out there in the YouTube world. Also, don't forget to share. If you would like to support the channel, look at the links in the description down below. You can see that there's PayPal there. You can also join my Patreon as well. But here's the thing. If you do, great. If you don't, great. I'm just letting you know that that option is there. All right. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So, hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also, right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious. It does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel because I do a lot in this channel, all right? So again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.